And we want to go back to meteorologist Mike Nelson here. And Mike, you mentioned 4:30 is what we're looking at here as far as this is going to continue on for quite a while. So people really need to ride out this storm, so to speak. But yeah, 4:30. But we're looking at those wind gusts and nothing's really changed. In fact, it looks like it's getting worse in some spots.
Well, it's about the same, Gary. We've had some gusts up above 70 in Boulder. It's 67 now. That's not going to make much of a difference down on the ground. It's more of just a minor meteorological feature, but Broomfield has come down slightly at about 31 miles per hour. Nonetheless, these winds are not done with us by any means. This time lapse was more compelling about an hour ago because you could actually see the thick plume of smoke, and now it's just kind of smeared out into just general poor visibility. This is from the Westin Hotel up in Westminster, and it's looking off toward the north and west. Right, the fire would be like right about over here, but it's just become so full of smoke that you can't really pick out the main area for the fire. Now you can see it from this view from our camera that is in Alt. That's up by Fort Collins, looking down toward the southwest, so you really can see the location of the fire and how that plume is going out and getting fairly high up into the atmosphere, which is why we pick it out pretty clearly on radar. It's probably that smoke is gone up to around 10 to maybe 12,000 feet above ground level. So that's the smoke on the radar picture. It extends way out now into central and eastern Adams County, southern Morgan County, right along the Weld County and Adams County line. So if you're in that smoke plume, it is thick stuff. But again, as you mentioned, evacuations are where the fire danger is, not where the heavy smoke is. So pay attention to local jurisdictions, follow us, and follow what's going on social media, and you'll be able to see the areas that are the most danger prone from the fire itself. Now, we are getting some snow showing up here in the blue, but everything that you see in green, that is all smoke particles that are pouring off of this grass fire. And these are the wind vectors that are showing up. This is a particularly dangerous spot to get a wildfire because it is the mouth of El Dorado Canyon, and that funnels, as the wind goes through that mountains, it's just funneled out and blasts out across Highway 93, across 36, and right up where we're seeing the thickest of the smoke and the heaviest of that fire. It's like a bellows just pouring it on there. We have plenty of fuel because it has been so dry for so long. Once this grass fire goes, and with winds that are up to 50 to 70 miles per hour, you see the result very clearly. And what's going to happen over the next few hours, this weather pattern will begin to lighten up a little bit. The features that are feeding it will remain with us for about another, let's see, it's just after 2 o'clock, a little after 4 to 4:30. This thing's going to start to ease up on us just a little bit, but not for a little while. This is what we're seeing on radar at the moment. As far as the conditions to the west of us, that is all snow. So I've taken it out of the smoke particle mode, if you will, and just showing you the areas of precipitation. This is not going to come down here tonight. This is still about a good 20 hours away before we start to see it. But I will note that there's a new advisory. You see this area in light blue all across the Denver metro area and the Northeast. That has just been issued as a winter weather advisory for tomorrow and tomorrow night. That includes the area that's under the fire and all of northeast Colorado. We're looking at about a 2 to 4 inch snowfall and sharply colder temperatures as an Arctic air mass moves in. That'll drop readings down to the single digits by early Saturday morning. The areas in the pink, those are winter storm warnings. The drought conditions across the state, it's in about the worst spot it could be. Now, we have, since the 1st of June, had about an inch of water fall out of the sky along the Front Range, and so you can see where this fire is right in the heart of the extreme drought conditions that cover all of the Denver metro area up to Fort Collins and Greeley and out across the eastern plains. But you throw in that drought along with the powerful winds just rocketing out of the mouth of El Dorado Canyon and across the northern part of the Denver metro area, that is a really bad combination. So what's going to happen over the next 24 hours or so is that the jet stream, and this is a map of the winds up at about 30,000 feet, the areas that you see in green and yellow, those are the strongest winds. It's kind of the tail end of a blast of jet stream winds that's going overhead right now. Off to the west of us, those jet stream winds are lightening up a little bit. That's going to drift across the state tonight and tomorrow, so we'll have much lighter winds. And tomorrow afternoon, the winds completely shift. Instead of strong from the west, they'll be coming in from the northeast. That'll bring us the upslope conditions that will also produce the snow that we are expecting coming in for tomorrow and tomorrow night. This storm will dump up to 2 feet of snow in the mountains and about 2 to 4 inches of snow expected across the plains. So in summary, the hurricane force winds continue a threat until dark. So we have about another 2.5 hours of this. Then the extreme fire conditions will start to lessen this evening. The winds will be lighter tonight. They shift around tomorrow. Colder air starts to come in. Humidities come up. And we'll see the snow come our way starting about this time tomorrow and continuing into early Saturday morning with about 2 to 4 inches of snow. It's going to get better, but it's not going to get better for at least the next couple of hours.
All right, Mike, thank you so much.